Hello. Namaskar, brother.
Namaste, brother.
So it's my great pleasure to have Acharya Shreevarma ji today on the show. And I'll give a brief profile of, and it's my great honor and privilege to introduce such a renowned Ayurveda expert who has come on this show and who is going to enlighten us about various programs, various things which are related to yoga. And the title of the program is Ayurveda, a way of life. So let me take the privilege of introducing our Acharya Shreevarma ji. Acharya Shreevarma ji is son of Varma Asan Shri Santappan, hailing from ancient and rich lineage of practitioners from Tiruvidankod, Ayurveda and Yoga tradition. And 2 decades before he completed his BMS from Dr. MGR Medical University. And he has dedicated along with his colleagues his whole life and with painstaking efforts founded Gurukulam with the principles of healing through yoga, Ayurveda, Siddha, Yoga, Naturopathy, Unani and Homeopathy. Acharya started his career with Apollo Hospitals as project head for Apollo Wellness. He has developed a common protocol on treating chronic diseases with integrated medical approach and yoga healing. Served as managing director for 12 years at Gurukulam, which manages 10 AYUSH hospitals. That's a big thing. With 30 doctors and yoga therapists at Chennai, Pondicherry, Mangalore, Hosur, Salem, Erode, Coimbatore, Trichy, and Madurai. He has served immensely thousands and thousands of patients suffering with various chronic disorders. And from 2001 onwards, he is practicing Sahaj Mark meditation, and this Heartfulness Institute. So currently he is volunteering as an advisor for yoga initiatives at Heartfulness Institute, World Headquarters, Hyderabad. Welcome, sir, to the show. And it's our pleasure to have you today. Let me introduce myself. I am Dr. Vivek Sharma. I am working as the Dean Academics in Government Institute of Medical Sciences. And I also have the privilege of being with the Heartfulness Institute for nearly 25 years. And along with me practicing modern medicine and working as a dean in this medical college and a professor of physiology, I am also an acupuncturist and as well as yoga therapist and also working in various projects and the research. And I'm also heading the research wing of the various integrated projects as it is coming up in our institute. So let's start our program today. And with this honor, I would like to first ask you, Shreevarma ji, how did your yoga journey start and who were your inspirations on this path? When you started it 2 decades back, you took up this work of taking yoga and Ayurveda as one of the ways of reaching out to the population.
Pranams to my beloved master and namaste to you all. Brother, I born in a tradition. We practice yoga, Ayurveda and Siddha for a healing purpose. My father is in Vaidya. So at the age of 6, I start with asanas. For us in the village, yoga is asanas. So till my 18, I was a regular with the asanas and Ayurvedic education. When I joined in Ayurveda college at Chennai, I had a classmate is Dr. Henok Mazio. So I interact with him. He was practicing some kind of meditation, but I could feel some difference in his attitude, his gesture, his love with people. So that was a remarkable feeling towards him. When we reached the final year, I asked him, can he take him to the ashram where he practiced? Then I got introduced to Sharma, the Mother Institute of Heartfulness Institute. There I started with a meditation. There I could say like, that's a change of a life completely. There the real life starts. So that's the beginning of.
Fantastic. So apart from your father, who are your inspirations that you have seen before coming on to this Heartfulness Institute? Who are the other inspirations, especially in Ayurveda?
I could say like when I complete my course itself, I got selected to lead the project at Apollo Hospitals, Apollo Wellness. So I could say my mentor is Dr. Reddy, who's the founder of Apollo Hospitals, who says like healing is the best profession we could do it on this earth. So I grown my professional life at Apollo. Simultaneously, it happened the same time my spiritual life started with the guidance of the master. I was regular to the ashram. So I could say like two icons of life. One is the master at ashram, and the next one is my mentor, Dr. Reddy, at my professional life.
Wow, that's great. So if I ask you in a single line for all the people who are listening to this show, so in a single line, what yoga means to you personally? How do you say it as a way of life? And second thing is, what is your life mission on this path?
For me, yoga is the union. Yoga is the collective formulas which can help you to unite what you wish to be. If you wish to be unite the Jivatman with Paramatman, yoga helps. In the same way, you wish to achieve the excellence of your life in any parameters. It could be a personal life, it could be a professional life, it could be a spiritual life. Yoga gives us certain formulas. You just apply it and you get the results. For me, I applied yoga on a healing. It did wonders. On the beginning days, we advise Ayurvedic physicians, normally we advise the prescription, the herbal formulations. But fortunately, my starting career along with the meditation, so I advise all my patients to start the day with a meditation. After a few months, they're coming with a sense of satisfaction that I couldn't see with other professional hospitals or the government hospitals I did my internship. Then I start feeling the meditation do something wonders, something remarkable, which I couldn't get only with the prescriptions. So there I understand this yoga, especially the meditation, makes the change on healing. And when we look at Ayurveda, Ayurveda defines the swastha or healing in the Agnisha Malakriyaha, Prasannatmendriya Manaha Swastha Ityabhidyate. Prasanna Atma Indriya Manaha. Prasanna is a blissful state on the Atma. So Ayurveda specifies the healing or the healthy state is a blissful state of the soul. There I feel the yoga, especially the heartfulness meditation, which do wonders on healing. Last 20 years, we treat lakhs of patients. They had the remarkable change with the practice of meditation and the simple prescriptions. If you ask the mission or the goal of life, I say in a simple words, anything which can help the healing, anything which helps to reduce the suffering under the sky. It could be the yoga, it could be Ayurveda, it could be a Siddha, it could be a homeopath, or it can be the modern medicine. If it's helping to reduce the suffering, we wish to integrate and we wish to provide that to the consumer or the public.
Okay, that's great.
I'm with the mission to take it forward to every medical professional.
So, brother, if I ask you, can you just please elaborate what are the basic yogic kriyas and in your tradition, and how do you integrate it with Ayurveda and other forms of AYUSH? Let's start with what is actually AYUSH, and then let's come to the integration. what is AYUSH exactly? Is this system of medicine?
Ayush, it's a amalgamation of the different Indian system of medicines. Ayurveda, Yoga, Unani, Siddha, Homeopath, and Tibba. Previously, every system, like Ayurveda, it operates its individual protocols. Siddha operates in individual protocols, and Homeopathy operates in individual protocols. After this government of Shri Narendra Modi ji, they made a department called AYUSH. It unites all these traditional systems together. So we have a common protocol. If any disease comes, how we treat with the best of the different systems. So here the basic principles works with the prevention. We have protocols for a preventive medicines, that simple lifestyle modifications or a food, a water, and the breathe, and daily routine and the seasonal routine. This can help how to avoid the disease, how to make a preventive health. That's the first priority. Second priority comes cure for a common disease. In Ayurveda or the Ayush, we define disease into two categories. One is the curable, the next one is the manageable. We never say it's incurable. When we say incurable, this gives a fear factor on the patients. So we say it's a manageable diseases. So when we say it's easily curable or sugasadhya diseases, we have a curable parameters. This includes yoga, includes meditation, it includes the herbal preparations, and we can say it can be a physiotherapy or a physical therapy or a rehabilitation. And the third parameters comes to a rejuvenation or the immunity enhancing. This is a specialty of AYUSH. When we see the disease incurable or a chronic diseases or due to aging disorders, here we are not trying to cure the disease because we are aware these diseases are incurable. This is not really the disease. These are the disorders or the aging deformities. Here we have certain parameters, some rasayana aushadhis, the drug herbs and the parameters we give to enhance the immunity of the patient, so they get strength and they get the strength to withstand the difficulties and ease the life. That we say without pains or without difficulties, they can continue their life up to 100 years. Shatayu.
So if I ask you further, like, in today's world, every person is suffering from stress. You ask even a 5-year-old girl or like my daughter, she's just, she is now in only 11 years old. She's always talking about stress in the life. How do you think that all these AYUSH modalities, or specifically this Ayurveda in which you are professing, how it can benefit the practicants or the people?
When it comes to the stress, Ayurveda look stress as an inability of the individual to face the current situation. So how to handle, I already told Ayurveda and yoga are the formulas. It's not the traditional beliefs, it's not the traditional medicines, it's the traditional formulas. When you apply, it gives a result. When it comes to the stress, I say the beautiful way to come out of the stress is first is the meditation. Start the day with meditation. So when somebody is into stress, we say it's like the Brahma Muhurta. When you get up in the morning, the first thing you start the day with meditation. In Heartfulness meditation, we have a beautiful method called a cleaning. Cleaning helps a lot to come out of stress. And few patients or few people, they say like, no, I couldn't meditate. There's a challenge. I'm getting up morning, little early morning, maybe 4:30 or a 5 or a 6, I'm getting up. Fine. I'm sitting for meditation. I couldn't do meditate. My stress level is dominating me. It is not allowing me to close my eyes. There, what is the solution? We give a simple formula. It's start with a breathing. Take a deep inhale through both nostril and exhale through mouth. Do it for 5 minutes, slowly and peacefully. This will give you a patience to start your meditation. The second parameter for the breathing, inhale through both nostrils. While exhale, you chant Om. Sounds have its own effects. Do it for 5 minutes. It takes you to the little more deeper level for the cleansing. Once you're doing this for 10 minutes, the 5 minutes of inhale and exhale through mouth, that's abdominal breathe. Second is inhale and exhale, while exhale, chant Om. Then close your eyes and sit for 5 minutes. This 15 minutes will prepare you for meditation. This itself, it will do a lot of changes on the stress level. The next, if you really have a problem, emotional imbalance or external pressure, you consult an Ayurveda physician or a Vaidya or a yoga practitioner. They will teach you the principles of Yama and Niyama. This is the self-discipline and the social discipline. When we talk about Yama and Niyama, the self-discipline, when you are alone, what are the things you follow? We say it's like Saucham, Sandosham, Tapas, Swadhyayam. All these things can make a change. That's what you're doing, which produce stress on you. We will advise you to avoid with a simple guidance. When you apply the Yama and Niyama, it'll help you not to incur in the stress factors. Then the diet makes the major role on the stress. People may not aware how the diet have impact on your stress level. Besides, the tamasic food can produce a stress level inside you. Any food which is a deep fried or a polluted or heavy to digest, it can reduce, it can increase the stress level, it can reduce your happy hormones. So the people who stress, we say, like take maximum sattvic food, fresh fruits, fresh juices, easy to digest food, and drink a lot of water and spend the time with the positive people. When always you listen to the problems, when you're thinking about the problems, you are increasing or multiplying your stress levels. So we say it's like a nidana parivarjana. That is like what is the causative factor? Try to find out and avoid. Half of your problem gets solved. Then the breathing exercise, drink a lot of water, be conscious on your diet about sattvic food. Then the fourth Brahmastra, it is the heartfulness meditation. You can come out of your stress.
Fantastic. But I especially love your statement about spending time with positive people. Somehow we have lost this art in our present world, being isolated in our own small compartments. How important it is to interact with the people and especially take inspiration from the positive people, like that what Heartfulness Institute is giving to all of the people all across the world.
Yes.
So I'll come to the specifics now. Like, today COVID-19 epidemic or pandemic is going on. That is making billions of people under a huge amount of stress because of the uncertainties in the life. And at the same time, this pandemic is affecting India in various ways. So how do you think that Ayurveda, or how do you say that this Ayurveda can play a preventive, promotive, and some sort of curative or rehabilitative role it can play in today's world? What Ayurveda has to offer to this world today in this COVID-19 epidemic era?
Ayurveda gives a beautiful approach towards this COVID. We look the disease based on the causative factors. We are not looking the disease on their name. In Ayurveda, there are only 5 causative factors can produce disease. One is Midya Ahar. Improper food can produce disease. Midya Vihar. Improper lifestyle can produce disease. Agantuja. Improper food and improper lifestyle, if reduce your immune level, there the infections can produce disease. The fourth one is accidental cause can produce disease. The fifth one is bija dosha or hereditary. Only these 5 factors can produce disease. Here, this COVID condition, it comes under the 3rd classification, which is Aganduja. This is infectious. Then previously I told the disease can be classified under curable and incurable. When we are looking at COVID, Ayurveda gives a promise, it's a curable disease. We are not giving a false promise to the people. We are giving the confidence to the people that COVID or any infectious disease, it's curable. It's a conditional Bishak Dravyam Upastada Rogi Pada Chadushtayam. Bishak is a Shreshta Vaidya, the excellent physician who understands the disease and who understands the parameters how this disease can be curable. The second is the Upastada. Upastada is the attender or who's living along with the patients, how they understand the disease and what parameters they have to follow to get recovery from this disease. And the third is the Rogi. The patient should understand what the parameters, what the instructions given by the government or what the instructions given by their physicians, how specific it has to be followed, how strictly it has to be followed. And the fourth part is the drug or the medicines or the herbal formulations. It takes the 25% of the curing effect. When these 4 factors, Bishak, Dravya, Upastada and the Rogi, these 4 factors get aligned, this disease is curable. When we are looking at the 100 patients who get affected with the COVID, we know it, only 10% are getting sick or terminally ill. 90% patients get recovery. In that, at least 50%, they get a fast recovery. So here, when we say creating a fear factor is decrease the immunity. When we say this is the dreadful disease, yeah, we understand, but the approach towards the disease to be the confidence. Take the proper parameters. Yes, social distancing or quarantine and getting isolation, everything is wonderful. At home, what you do? The preventive measures, yes, do the breathing exercise, do Surya Namaskar, do the simple asanas, take a healthy food, all these the preventive measures. If somebody have a symptoms, not tested or not confirmed, what you do? There we says, please be confident. This is infectious. Some infections, you got it. How to get out of it? You have to increase your immune level. To increase the immune level, Ayurveda have wonder herbs. One is Amrita. We say Guduchi in Ayurveda. The next, the Haridra, turmeric, then neem. In Siddha formulations, we have Nilavembu Kudinir, Kafasura Kudinir. These are the combinations of these simple herbs. This can eliminate the toxicity from your body and it can enhance the immune level. So this is the preventive measures when you have the symptoms. When you are confirmed as a COVID patient, yes, you need a proper care. There we believe in the modern science. You need the modern doctor's advice and the proper treatment. Along with that, please take the Ayurvedic measures. That's, we say shundi, that's a ginger, maricha, pipali. The shundi is the ginger and black pepper. Just crush it and make as a herbal tea. along with a dulsi, neem and turmeric. This will do wonders. What are the medicines you take? You are admitted in the hospital or you are isolated at the home. You take a zinc or a multivitamins. Along with that, please take this also. It will help the fast recovery. Somebody who are affected with the COVID, who's admitted in the hospital, went through the tough time and get cured and get discharged, reach home. Do you have the panic inside? Oh, I went through a major disease. Not at all. It's an infection. It's gone. Take the rehabilitative measures. We advise Abhyangam Acharet Nityam Jarasrama Vadaha Shirasravana Padeshu Tam Visheshana Shilayet. Try to get the rejuvenative measures that we say, applying the oil where you have a pain, where you have the stiffness, and giving a hot fermentation. And inhale the hot fumigation. You put the tulsi or a neem or a turmeric and boil it and take the deep inhalation that will cleanse your lungs. And we advise the nasya. Nasya is nasal drops. The simple well-known remedy which is called Anutaila, each 2 drops in your nostrils every morning. You have a problem, you don't have a problem, you can do it every day for 30 days. It will do wonders to you. If Anutailam is not available, you can use a sesame oil. Take a sesame oil, 100 ml, put 4 pepper, crush it and boil it and keep it cool. That's a medicated sesame oil. This medicated sesame oil, 2 drops each nostrils, you can put it for 30 days. This will detoxify your nasal passage and your lungs. And someone who really need a proper treatment or a rehabilitative measures, please consult the nearby AYUSH doctors. There are formulations which can be advised only by the registered medical practitioners, something called Dashamula Kaditrayam Kashayam, Vyagradi Kashayam, Agastya Haritaki. All these drugs which do a miracle effect on you, but it need a medical supervision. So not only with my advice, you go with these formulations. These are the Brihat combination. These are the great combinations which are available in Ayurveda. In the same way, we say Vasarishtam, Kanahasavam, Dashamularishtam. These are the after food medicines, which helps for the better digestion. This helps for your immunity. This helps for your nervous system to relax. This helps for the better sleep. When you're taking it for 15 days, you will see your body is getting nourished. You're not the same person before. You need a dedicated physician or the bishop to be along with you to take it forward. Don't get panic for this pandemic disease. We are not giving false promises. You go out and you get into the crowd. We are telling like, no, please go with the government or your physician's guidelines strictly. 100% you follow. When you're at home, follow the guidelines of AYUSH. We will come out of this difficult times.
Thank you. It was a wonderful answer. You tried to cover up nearly all the points, starting from what we can do at home to what has to be done under the supervision of a physician, of a doctor. So I would like to ask a little bit basics further. What are the various, the research things that are coming up, how the research of this Ayurveda is coming into the fore now? AYUSH, I know that it is coming with a few of the patents, but how it is that, to integrate it with the modern medicine? What are the various steps and what are the various major thrust areas of research, especially in the field of Ayurveda?
The beauty of the AYUSH, it's the guidelines. We are trying to make the evidence-based medicines.
Very
10
right.
years before, Ayurveda is based on the belief. Even when I am studying my graduation at the medical college, when my teacher says some things, this combinations works for this condition. When I am asking how, can you explain? Then he says, No, these are the Shrestha Acharyans. These are the great saints who wrote this. So we are not supposed to question that. It happened with my own father. We are last 400 years we are with Ayurveda. We have plenty of formulations which works excellent. But when I'm asking my father how this formulation works, when we say neem and turmeric which helps, yes, it really helps. Please take it and see. When 15 days, it's just 2 weeks, you will see how efficacy it is. But how it works, nobody is there to explain. And we are forced to believe, and we are forced to not to raise the question. If you're raising a question towards your guru, or you're raising a question to your teacher, this is considered as a disobedient. This is the way traditionally we grown. But the platform of AYUSH, the government encourage, it says, raise the questions. It's not, I'm Ayurveda physician, I says, all my drugs which works. I have the basic right to ask how it works and how it could be documented. So here, the central government encouraging us on a lot of research with the modern parameters. It's not like Ayurveda physician, we says this shundi, this is rasa, virya, vipaka, is X, Y, Z, and I'm giving administering to the patient. It works on the samprapti and which gives the result. This terminology is only this Ayurvedic Vaidyas we understand. But the modern day or the future, this whole world needs the evidence-based. The documents, the research has to talk. Last few years, we are open for the research with the modern science. So our formulas, it could be the Ayurvedic parameters or the chemical combinations or chemical contents, what is inside these herbs, how it works. The studies are going on. We are progressing. Even the common disease, how it works. Is it a placebo effect is helping, or is it the real impact which is helping on the patients? In few years, Ayurveda will do this wonderful clinical research documents and evidence-based science towards the society. We are in progressive mode.
Fantastic. Because every science has to progress, and every science in today's world has to integrate with and has to take the positives from other field of the therapies as it is working. So AYUSH is making effort, and is there any effort that has been made to come out? I would like to ask it from a general person's point, a few questions. If I am taking any allopathic drugs, or some people say that you can take a few Ayurvedic drugs which do not have any side effects or anything. Others say, no, we have to be careful. What is your take on these the drugs? Sometimes people are very careless about any sort of combinations. So what is your take about these?
Here when we say Ayurveda don't have side effects. No, not at all. Even when you talk about a simple herb, the neem don't have side effect. When you take a 5 gram of neem, if don't have a side effect. If you take a 50 gram of neem, it will have its effects. So every drug, if it's a drug, it will have its own effect if it's ill administered. If it's administered without a proper advice, it will make its impact on the body. So when we say, is it a side effect? Then we say, yes, when the dosage is not monitored, it will make adverse effects. So we say, if it's a home remedy you are taking, take a minimum dosage. When I says neem and haridra, that neem and turmeric can be taken, how much you can take? I says 1 gram neem and 1 gram turmeric can be taken. How long you can take? You can take up to 3 months time. This will make any adverse effect? It won't make any adverse effect. Without knowing the dosage, if you're taking 5 gram neem and 5 gram turmeric, and when you are continuing, it can produce heat in your body. So it's not like Ayurveda doesn't have side effects. And I says about the Kashaya. When we talk about Dashamula Kaditrayam is all Kafahara, all Kafarogas. If it can be a fever, it can be a common fever, it can be infectious fever, it can be a terminally ill person is having temperature. This Dashamula Kaditrayam can reduce along with the Sudarshana Gudiga. But the dosage, it matters. So we are not advising, just take the medicine with the belief of Ayurveda doesn't have any side effects, so you can take the medicines. No, not at all. You need a medical advice before taking the medicine. And the second part, the Ayurveda is two combinations we make. One is from the pure herbs, the pure herbal combinations. Other one is called Rasa Ushadis. That's a mineral kingdom. So metals. When the metals get purified and it is administered, then we say the patient has to be the inpatient and the direct supervision by the Vaidya. It's not the mineral drugs. You can buy it from the market and you can take the medicine and you can take a bhaji or a vada or a chicken 65 along with the mineral drugs. It will make an impact on your kidney and liver and the major organs. So when you're taking the Ayurvedic drugs, look at it. Is it the herbal combinations? If the herbal medicines advised dosage, it won't make any impact. If it's a mineral kingdom, if it's a Rasa Ushadis, if it's a metal is the ingredient, not only the dosage, your food and the lifestyle, it matters. If you're taking a Rasa Ushadi and if you're taking a little alcohol, it acts as a poison, even it can kill you. Right. So be cautious when you're taking the medicines.
Yes, you are absolutely right. Thanks again, because there is a big misnomer in the society. There is a misconception in the society that you can take anything and it won't have effect. If it does not have any effect, it cannot have a side effect. If it has an effect, it has to have a side effect if it is administered in a wrong way.
Absolutely, we physicians, we believe that.
So I would like to ask you how in your treatment, especially in COVID, how you are taking heartfulness meditation based practices to treat as a treatment modality. Are you taking it into the consideration today when the people, especially COVID-19 and other patients are coming?
Yes, last 20 years, all our patients, before writing the prescription, we advise them how to meditate. Till date, all our centers, that's a practice.
And what is your result out of it? Like, what percentage of people come back to you and they want to pursue it, and how is it?
I could say, before Sharma, when I was with Apollo hospitals, I write prescriptions. People take the prescriptions, they buy medicines, they get cured, and they come and say, like, yeah, I'm okay. It's a normal doctor. They respect me as a doctor. But after the Sharma, after the Heartfulness meditation, when I start advising these meditations along with the prescription, people take medicines and they practice this meditation. After 3 months, when they come back, they're not looking as a doctor. They hold our hand and they say, it's like, I'm wonderful. You did some change on me. My life got changed. I'm not sick anymore. I'm not suffering anymore. When we are taking the case history, they may have the same symptoms, a little less. The pain factor is reduced, the disease factor reduced, but they have the ability to withstand the disease and they start feeling the flowering mechanism inside them. They start treating us not like a doctor. They start treating us, we are somewhere above coming and teaching. Then later I understand what is the difference being a normal Ayurveda physician who advises a prescription and the physicians at Shreevarma. What change we are doing? Only our prescription and a heartfulness meditation.
That's
Today,
true.
I could say millions of people, they follow along with Ayurveda the meditation. They can't put it in words. When we are asking them what change you are getting after taking the treatment, they say like, no, it is some change. We couldn't say. We are excellent. We are thankful.
That's
We
good.
know that we know the secret. We know the trade secret. It is the prescription along with meditation. You do wonders.
Because you know what I also feel, we should have more and more of ahinsatmak forms of treatment modalities that should be part of normal prescription to the patient. Somehow we have become more and more of hinsatmak, which may be needed at some time, but we should go more towards things which, as you told very beautifully, blossoming from inside. It brings the power of inside also come into the play rather than being a passive receptacle. Patient is being used to take up few drugs and few things. So that's great. We are also making a small part of what we have discussed. I have just submitted 2 days back one project in which we are taking the effect of heartfulness meditation and combining it with the slow pranayama, where we have chosen Anulom Vilom pranayam to take it on various physiological and stress parameters like autonomic functions, pulmonary functions, with all these oxidative stress markers and inflammatory stress markers on the healthcare workers, because it is not the patients who are under stress, the healthcare workers, the doctors, the nurses, the technicians, they are under huge stress, and perhaps society is not talking too much about, or we don't know how to take care of that. Can you just spend a little bit how you people are thinking about what are the five or few things what you can say, a message you can give to all the healthcare workers, how to keep themselves into the fit shape to help the society?
I could say, like you told, like Anuloman Viloman, I may add the abdominal breathe. When they get up morning, the first thing, sit comfort, take a deep breathe through both nostrils and exhale through mouth. The abdominal breathe, it have two versions. One is if someone believe in the Om chanting, they can take deep inhale and exhale and chant Om. Someone, their religion or their belief not allowing them to do the Om chanting, there they can avoid the Om chanting and they can do the breathe. I can demonstrate, it can help few people how to do this breathe.
Sure. Sure.
Sitting comfort, only the spine has to be straight. Inhale through both nostril and exhale through mouth. That's the first one. People can see that and they can try it at home. Closing the eyes and take a deep inhale with a smile. Inhale through both nostrils with a smile and exhale through the mouth. While exhale, empty the stomach completely. You can continue as long as possible. We advise if you could do 5 minutes, that's excellent, that's wonderful. The same breath can be associated with the Om chanting, that also I will show, who believe the sounds have its own effects and sound have its own vibrations and that can make the healing on them. They can do along with the Om chanting. Om doesn't connect with any religion. We say it's the sound of the nature. Again the same. Inhale through both nostrils, exhale, or exhale you chant Om. I'll do it 3 times. People can see that and they can follow this too. Inhale with both nostrils. While you inhale, you smile. You take all the happiness inside, and you exhale. You chant Om and exhale from your stomach. You make it empty, and again you inhale. When you inhale, be gentle with yourself. It should be a slow and deep breath along with a smile. This also can be practiced 5 minutes. No, I don't have 5 minutes. At least you do 3 minutes. No, I don't have 3 minutes. Do it for a minute. Do it every day. Start with this breath, then go for Anulom and Vilom. Once Anulom and Vilom complete, stay at least for a minute with a normal breath. Allow these vibrations, allow this cosmic energy to settle in each and every cells of your body. Feel it. Then, if you have a time, start the day with meditation. Nothing else can complement or compensate the meditation. Nothing. In Tamil, we says like it's a parama aushadam, the best remedy for a health. It could be a physical, it could be a financial, it could be a emotional, it could be a spiritual, whatever it is. It has to start with meditation. And there is a great text in yoga in Tamil, it's called Thirumandiram. It says, எண்ணாயிரத்து ஆண்டுகள் யோகம் இருப்பினும் கண்ணால் அமுதனை கண் அறிவார் இல்லை. Even 8,000 years, again and again you get a birth. Again and again you do something for your physical body. Again and again you look at what is your goal, and the cycle continues until you start meditate. Once you start meditate, the meditation itself, it will take you towards the destination. So my message to people is, start the day with a breathe, then the meditation, then be conscious on your food. It could be a COVID situation or it could be a normal situation. We are not telling, like you take a veg, you take a non-veg. It's up to you, it's up to your heritage, it's up to your physical work. But take the food, it is easy to digest for your body. When you take a food, it should make the happy hormones inside you, and the toxicity has to eliminate, and defecation has to be normal, your sleep has to be normal, and emotionally you have to be balanced. That's the sattvic food. And drink plenty of water. At this situation, in this COVID situation, we say take a warm water if possible, put a little pepper and turmeric and boil it, and that water can do wonders. And evening, do the practice cleaning. The cleaning is the best stress buster. Heartfulness app, or even in the YouTube, you can see the method how to do a heartfulness cleaning. That's for the evening. Night, go peacefully to the bed with the prayerful mode. This can help you to take you towards your goal. The beginning itself, we said yoga is a union. It's a union of Jivatma and Paramatman. The individual can be ultimate God, or the individual with your ultimate goal. Whatever it is, whatever you wish to achieve in your life, it's wonderful. Apply the formulas of yoga, you can reach your destination.
Thank you. It has been a very enlightening experience, and talking to you, to getting to know so many things about Ayurveda and how Ayurveda is taking it, how it is trying to address to the situation. What I understand is it is looking into the holistic solutions. It's not looking into COVID and non-COVID world. It is looking into a world which is full of various types of disorders and all these vyadhis and all these other various forms as it is defined in Ayurveda. It is trying to give a holistic answer where it is looking into all various forms of the things, and it is trying to put them together to make a holistic way of life. Thank you very much. It has been a pleasure for me for being you over here.
Thank you all. Thank the divine which connects through this seminar. And Dhanyavad to my beloved master. Thank you all.
Thank you, Master, for this. Thank you.